Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
You know, Christmas is on a Friday this year, so there's really no holiday delivery schedule. So there's not a weekend to go over. You know, if it's on a Monday or a Tuesday, you know, there's a lapse for the weekend and delivery schedules. But it's on a Friday, so everything leading up to it should not delay it now. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of complaints when packages don't get delivered on Christmas.
Yep.
You know, UPS and FedEx and everyone else is already complaining about, you know, delivery issues this early. There's so much, you know, online orders this year, more so than normal. You know, I had a big FedEx delivery today of about, I don't know, 7 or 8 boxes. You know, they were shipping boxes from a company that I ordered, and I didn't get shipping boxes. They were in shipping, you know, your shipping size boxes, and it came in. There was one FedEx driver and some guy that, I don't know, he was wearing a plain white T-shirt or something, I guess, was his helper, and they came in like a plain yellow van.
Oh wow!
But you know, the FedEx driver had a FedEx, you know, their FedEx scanner, wearing a FedEx uniform to drop off the boxes. So I'm sure they're you know, so busy they're either renting or leasing extra vehicles to do deliveries. You know, so everything's going to be overrun. So, you know, people are going to complain. Of course, any negative feedback you get, if you're doing FBA, then, you know, you're not going to be responsible for that. No, but it's just something to take into consideration and watch your metrics. You know, one negative feedback severely limits your sales. You know, it's an automated type thing. You know, when you get a negative feedback, they just scale back your sales until you fix it. You know, I can't count the amount of people who have, you know, talked about getting a negative feedback, not noticing it, and their sales were down, so they checked, you know, they were looking at everything. They had a negative feedback and had it immediately removed, and their sales, you know, just skyrocketed again. So, you know, it's a real thing, and it's something that, you know, you got to keep a careful eye on, because, you know, nobody, all sellers included, want, you know, one bad seller, because, you know, one really bad experience, especially at Christmas time, is going to turn off a buyer possibly forever from, you know, buying on this marketplace. So, you know, it's something that we all need to worry about. And, you know, when you see those bad sellers out there, you know, don't waste all your time reporting them, possibly, but, you know, they're hurting everybody. The reason we can't sell, well, Nikes you can sell again, but the reason why you couldn't sell them was there was so much counterfeits in there that they just turned it off for a little bit so they could get in control. And the same thing happened with, I'm hearing a few other brands reports that have been restricted, but, you know, nothing major yet. Somebody even mentioned a lot of those were restricted over the last couple of days. You know, Frozen last year was restricted because of counterfeits. You know, so the only thing that you can do is, you know, do your best to get your metrics up, so you know, it doesn't add to the problems that people are experiencing. And, you know, it's only going to help yourself. So with that, I want to cover, you know, a tool that really, you know, has saved us tons of time. And, you know, lately we've been spending hours a day using it, which is, the Cybermonkey deals. It's just licensed from somebody else. We use yours. If you're a member of ScannerMonkey, you get a discount on it. We're using the ScanSheet. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you how we use it. I mean, how much, it does some things that no other tool out there is doing. You can upload a list. We're doing it in our sourcing. But, if we're doing online arbitrage and the lists that we have, and as well as the, if you were doing wholesale lists, you could upload this list of either UPCs, ASINs, or just titles. If you get a list that doesn't even have UPCs, it'll match by name. I'm going to show you how all that works and how we use it. And, it does take some time to actually process it. So usually we upload our list, and then the next day we go back and look at it. Because there is a lot to it. But, let's take a look. Okay, so here we are. This is the scan. Now, Cybermonkey deals does have some other things. I'm not a big proponent of there are other tools that are built in here. You do have a product sourcing service, I guess. I don't use it. I've looked at the free ones, and deals don't seem to be too great. They do also have the scan series, which will show you the best products to look at. But it's not necessarily a you can see my screen, right, Todd?
Yep.
Okay. So the scan series, if I can load, I'm not a subscriber to it, so I'm not sure. They do have a free preview. And what this does is this searches Amazon for the best-selling products by brand. And as you can see, it's $10 a month or $100 a year. I am logged in with a ScannerMonkey discount, so I'm not sure if you're not a ScannerMonkey if it's any different. But of course, I just wanted to show you what's out there. And this is the free preview. So basically, it's showing you the information, and then it's showing you, what the buy box and the sales rank and the categories are, which, is useful, but it doesn't help you as to where to buy it. And I think that's part of the thing. I mean, everybody knows, I would think that, most of these, these $12 ones are $12 everywhere, and nobody ever has, cheap amiibos. So, and everybody knows to look for these limited, edition Walmart exclusives, which you'll never find in the store. I mean, it does have, it's only $10 a month, so it might be worth it, but, and then they do have a product sourcing group, similar to ours, where they just send you deals through the same interface. But what I'm going to show you, and what we use, is a scan. It's called ScanSheet. And I'm not sure that I can actually show you these spreadsheets. So let's see if I can share the screen to do that. Now I know you can't see this. So let me try sharing. No, if it lets me share my whole desktop. Okay. Do you see the spreadsheet now?
Yep. I can
in the browser.
Yep.
Okay, good. So this is a template they give you. So the cost is always required. You have to put a cost, and you have to put either a UPC, the title, or the ASIN in. So this is a test one that I created. This was the first free Bolo list that I made on Gumroad. I basically took the title, and I took the cost just to show you an example of how we do it. Now, all you have to do is paste that information. You can use either the UPC, the title, or the ASIN. So if you get a spreadsheet from some kind of a supplier, you could just copy that column, copy the column, whatever you have. If you have an ASIN, which would be rare, or the UPC or the title, you copy that, and the cost is the only things that are required. Now, if you put the URL in, it's also going to transfer that into your output, and notes will as well. So in our examples of what we do, let me so when we have a list, we've made it the easiest way possible when sourcing, or if you have somebody sourcing for you, to do as little as possible. If they have to copy 10 different pieces of data in, of course it's going to cost you more money because it'll take them more time to do it. So if we're sourcing at Walmart.com, for example, we only copy the cost from Walmart, and the URL to buy it, of course, and the ASIN from Amazon, because that's all that's needed by ScanSheets. And then any notes, if it's a 2-pack or anything else that they might want me or somebody to know about, we paste in there, and then we just upload that into ScanSheets. And as you can see, we do use it quite a bit. So I'll show you a couple examples. This first example is a test of just using the title. So now, of course, if you're using just a title search, you will see that, of course, if you use an ASIN, you're only going to get one response. But if you use a title, there could be several responses. The same with a UPC. When you scan a UPC, if you see a choice of 5 items, ScanSheets is going to come back with the same 5 items. Or if you use a title, it could come back with many items. So at the top here, it's showing, so let me jump back because I'm getting ahead of myself. So all we have to do is hit browse now and upload, and then it processes it. Now it could take since I'm using titles, it takes longer, but for some, like this last one for 50, it might have taken 10 minutes, and then it takes a little bit longer to do it always takes a while to get the very last one. I'm not sure why. So once it processes it, and even if it has only one done, you can still go in here and look at it. And as it gets more, you can just reload and get more products. As you can see, it's still not done. So this is the title search we had pasted, which was the Domino Dark Brown Sugar, 2 pounds. So it's showing 3 results that it found, all with different ASINs, of course. And it almost always recognizes when there's a multi-pack. So, of course, we didn't tell it in any way. We only gave it an ASIN and a price, or actually a title and a price in this case. And as you can see here, it knows that it was a multi-pack. 12 at $2 each for a total buy cost of $24. And it can also, with one click, take you to Camel, Keepa, Price Zombie, and their own Scanalyze, which basically looks the same as what you see here. Basically the same data, just a little bit more. Now, if this is actually a 6-pack or an 8-pack and it found it as a 12-pack, you can just click on update quantity, and you can change it to whatever you want, and it's going to update your data in here. Now, if you don't want this here, you can hit reject, and it's going to remove it out of this list so you don't see it anymore. So if there was 3 of them, you only wanted to look at the one, you can hit reject, and it's going to remove them. So you only have the one now. And this is a visual way to see it. Now, once it's loaded, you can just click on Save CSV, and it saves it as a spreadsheet for you. And it really has a lot, it gives you a lot of data. So the UPC that you entered, we didn't enter one, and we didn't enter an ASIN. So those are blank, but it has the input title, the cost we entered, and a URL if we had put one in, and the ASINs that came back, the titles, the buy box price, lowest FBA merchant fulfilled, other sellers, rank, thumbnail picture. This is the URL to Amazon, the category it's in, all the dimensions, your package quantity, all the fees, including the total fee, and then this is the top whatever percentage of the category, your net profit, your ROI, and your margins. All in a spreadsheet. So I spend very little time on the actual website looking at them. I upload them, download them again, and then I'm able to process and look at all the data. Now, if you had, something with 1,000 items that you got for your from your wholesale distributor, you could upload it, into this and save the spreadsheet. Even if you didn't have, ASINs or UPCs, it would be a lot easier to match those without searching. And then you can sort however it is, your ROI profit or your sales rank or whatever criteria you need to get the best results, and, narrow down a 1,000-line list of items to, dozens or hundreds, which would make it a lot easier to process. And there's a lot of tools that do similar things, Scan, Power, Evaluate. I believe Todd uses some other options.
Someone actually just asked if you prefer this over Scan, Power, Evaluate.
Until I use this, I thought Scan, Power, Evaluate was the best thing, but this has a lot more data, I think, and the way you can view it on the web interface as well, to look at all that data and research it. So I think this is a lot better option. And Scan, Power, Evaluate is a pay-as-you-go, type of option. Under 50, it's free, but this one gives you, I believe, 2,000 for. I'll go back to the 2,000. It costs $10. So we've never actually went over that because we do a lot of small lists. Now, if you had a lot, then this is for their other product. If we go to ScanSheets, it's $10 and we get 2,000 products. So as you can see, we're doing smaller sheets. If you wanted to do a bigger sheet, then not sure why it's not showing me the. I don't know why it's not showing me the that one. I think you go up to you get to 5,000 a month for $20. I believe is the next tier. And the price just increases after that. And you can't delete. It has to be a months out. So of course we delete them when we get a month out. So you can't delete these for 30 days. So files cannot be deleted. Can be deleted 1 month after update date to ensure your monthly subscription limit is not exceeded. So we've never hit that limit. We usually stay right around where we're at. So, you just have to decide from there. Now, I'm not sure how it works with, really large files, 20, 30,000 line files if you're, scraping whole websites. But for what we're doing, it works well. Todd, what was the tool that you use?
I use, let me look the link, I forget. Ecom Spy.
Right, and they charge, I I think it's a couple dollars per thousand, right?
Yeah, I paid $100 for 10,000, so it ends up being what, 10 cents a scan, basically.
Okay, so I guess that's about half this price, and this is a monthly fee, of course. So I guess it's about 5 cents a piece to be 2,000 times 5 cents would be $10, and it's a monthly fee. With that, you can do it in bulk.
Yeah.
But it's whatever you prefer. This works out the best for us because you can look at all the stuff on the screen. Of course, if you're doing thousands at a time, it might not be the best.
I actually helped them test this when they first came out with it and did, I think 17,000 was the biggest file I did, and it worked okay. So I'd say you're safe up to that probably.
I know Jay, when he did the YouTube videos about it, when he first launched it, he did some quite large files. And I don't think how big the file is going to matter. But if you have a 10,000 line file, looking at it on through the web interface is probably not going to be too helpful.
No.
Whatever 20 items on a page. You're just not going to go through it like that. You're going to, output the CSV and then look at that data. So yeah, that's really about all there is to this. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to cover them.
Yeah.
Questions? Okay.
Melissa has a question.
Sure.
She said, when scouting, how do you reconcile the inflated sales rank right now? Do you have to look at Keepa, camo for all the listings?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like a lot of other people, I don't know. I haven't been able to read Facebook lately, but I hope what other people are telling you to do, especially the ones selling lists, are staying away from toys right now and items that would be ridiculously inflated. Of course, selling grocery and health and beauty, and those kind of replenishable type items, because it's Christmas, doesn't matter when you're, selling a package of Oreos. But definitely always look at, Keepa is the one I prefer to use, or Price Zombie. Camo. I just don't like that everything's on separate pages, and it just doesn't work too well for me in my experience. It was the first major one out there, and it was the only option for a while. But I prefer to use Keepa. But whatever whatever you like, whatever interface you like better, they all kind of do the same thing. But for the next month, I would really say stay away from buying too many toys, because all of that, especially newer ones, things that have been out for years, if you can look at that price history, see what it's been selling March through summer, and if it's a consistently good seller, then you're going to sell it. But a lot of these items are only you're only selling them for $50 when it's a $10 item, because Amazon and Walmart and every other store is sold out of them online. So when supply meets demand, the prices are going to go back down. Amazon will be back in stock, and they're not going to run out of stock. Or Walmart's going to have them, or every other store. And you're going to be stuck with, a $10 item that you paid $10 for, and now you can't sell, without taking a big loss. So, really your best advice is just to stay away from those items for the next 30 days or so now, because you really can't get them in time to sell them for Christmas. If you can, you might not sell them if there's 100 or 300 or 500 competition, like on some of those hot selling items.
What about holiday grocery?
What about it? I mean, it's the same. Is that the whole question? What about holiday grocery?
Yeah, I think referring to the same question, kind of referring back, but just in holiday.
Well, now if you can buy the items on clearance, 50 to 90 or 95% off, then those items are still going to sell all year, especially the flavors. If you're, selling the pumpkin spices and the peppermint flavors and, the coffees and the creamers and, all those baking things that are going to sell out for Christmas time, then definitely get them on clearance. They do sell all year long. Of course, you're not selling 1,000 a day or, those items ranked under 100 are, selling like crazy, but, they're still going to sell. And when everybody else is sold out, then, you're going to be able to get a good price for them. But, don't buy them at full price and expect, to be selling them like crazy. But of course, the stuff that Amazon's in stock in right now, they're probably going to never sell again until next year. All the holiday flavors. I have no problem selling Halloween products all year long. We sell Christmas items all year long. We buy a lot at clearance after the holidays are over. So, don't be afraid to buy them, but, don't go crazy buying them either with, at full price. We will, at this point, we wait till the holiday's over and get them at clearance because you can't get them in for Christmas. Forget about getting anything into Amazon for Christmas. Even if you have, the premium placement right now, and you can get it there in a few days, you still have hundreds of people to compete with, and people are going to be dropping prices like crazy over the next month. So, now is the time to sell what you have. Make sure you're getting the best prices. Watch your repricer. Make sure you're not giving your stuff away. Because people are, some items are losing 100 sellers a day because they're selling so quickly. So, make sure you get the best prices and, focus all your buying power, on the future. Start looking at liquidation or wholesale or whatever you want to do after the holiday. Look into, selling in another country or, whatever it is that you think you want to take your business.